Hello and welcome to the Rumblin' Man YouTube channel. It is 2:20 a.m. here in Florida where I live, and I'm awake. I'm chilling, man. Played a gig tonight, and I haven't near wound down from it yet, so why not make a video? And why not watch a video while I'm making a video? That's what we're doing, so stick with me here on the Rumblin' Man YouTube channel, okay? I'm Rumblin' Man. This is a guitar and bass channel for guitar players and bass players. We primarily look at gear, guitars, basses, pedals, pickups, strings, that stuff. And we love it here on the YouTube channel of Rumblin' Man. So basically, if you'll do me a big favor, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, click that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as one of my regular viewers. And if you're a regular viewer, welcome back. Do me a big favor, click the thumbs up button so more people will see this. And that'll be great. That'll be super awesome. So guys, what I'm doing tonight is a reaction video, basically. And it's a reaction to one of my old reviews that I posted quite some time ago. So I've done this once before with another one of my really old videos, and it was kind of cool, kind of funny. And I thought I would do this again tonight. So basically, I want to give you a quick backstory before we dive in, just so you'll know what's going on and why. All right, so this old video of mine is from like within the first year that I started my channel. It's from November of 2013, and it's a bass guitar review of a Squier Affinity 5-string jazz bass. So the reason we're taking a look at this specifically is I still own this bass nearly 10 years later and have it here with me. But the bass has now undergone some upgrades. And in the future, I'm planning for it to undergo some more upgrades and some more cool things. So the reason I want to take a look at this and do a reaction video of this video is so that we can remember the bass as it was stock before I make videos about the upgrades. So the backstory on the bass is I was the first owner of the bass, and I got it in the Seattle, Washington area at one of the guitar centers in the Seattle area. I think there are 3, or at least there were 3 when I was living there. And I knew they had this Affinity 5-string J, and I had tried one before, and I was impressed by how it sounded, how it played, so I wanted to do a straight trade for it. This bass, it wasn't inside the bass room where all the other basses were hanging for you to demo. This bass was hanging above the entrance to that room on a stand way up on the wall, just kind of as a display as you walk into the bass room. I asked to try it, and then I told the guys that this other bass that was still quite new, that I just wanted to do a straight trade. The bass, the Affinity Squier that I ended up with, is like half the value of the bass I took in. But the guys are like, it's going to be, it's not going to be a straight trade. You're still going to owe some money down. And I said, well, guys, that's ridiculous. I was like, it's half the value. This bass is still new. Got it here a couple months ago, and you should just let me do a straight trade. And then one of the guys said to the other, oh, wait, we can do it as a straight trade because of this. And they pointed at something on the computer. Was like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do it. Well, they didn't bother mentioning to me what this was. And for me at the time, I was too young and dumb to question them about it. And for another thing, I didn't care whatever it was they were pointing at. I just wanted this bass. So what I think now was the case is I think that it was a blemish because on the neck, close to the fretboard in the lower frets, there's just kind of a little ding that's a little chunk out of it, kind of a little accident happened somewhere along the way, and it was like that when I got it. So I think what happened was I think that they did the straight trade because of that, but did not bother to tell me about the blemish, which was really uncool. And this wasn't the first bad experience I had had at this particular guitar center. I had had 2 other kind of lame experiences, one being quite negative before this time. So this guitar center, this particular one, did not have their act together at that time. I got it, and I think within a few days, I was at a rehearsal with it with a band that I was playing with. And then, so enter this video. Obviously, I had started the Rumblin' Man channel, and I was, reviewing basses and bass gear when I could. and things lined up. But when I made this video, like a lot of the videos I was making in 2013, I was actually on the road. I had a road gig with a group, and we were touring. And so I'm in a hotel room in the video, and that about brings us up to date. Now, just to preface, this is a reaction video, so I will be making comments as we watch this old 10-minute and 30-second review. It has 28,849 views on YouTube, which isn't bad. For an older video, I would hope there would be more, but I wasn't exactly doing the greatest videos of all time back then, okay? But they weren't bad for the time period, so let's dive in. Let's check this out, and I will be making some comments over it, so if you want to watch the video itself, link in the description where you can go watch it, and then come back and watch the commentary if you'd like to do it that way, okay? But without further ado, let's dive into 2013 Rumblin' Man reviewing this bass. All right, play. Kind of a low effort logo there.
Hey, what's going on, peeps? I'm Daniel, or Rumblin' Man, as I'm known here on the web, on my YouTube channel, and at my blog, which you can find at rumblinman.tumblr.com, where I blog about bass stuff. I'm here with a review for you tonight because I have a new addition to the family. Please make welcome the Squier Affinity Series 5-string jazz bass 5. Behold.
Guys, I'm from the South, and I still have kind of a Southern accent, but man, it was heavy back then, and I apologize.
I believe it comes in sunburst as well. Here's the dealio. I did a flat trade for this. I had a Schecter bass that I was just never playing, and I wanted to have a 5-string, so I did a flat trade at Guitar Center. I guess when it comes to bass playing, the first bass that I ever played in a live setting was a 5-string, but I never really got down to the B much. And so honestly, ever since I've been a serious bass player, I've been a 4-string guy. All the basses I've had that have been my own have been 4-string basses, except for this one. Now,
objection, hearsay.
If you know my videos and my blogs and everything, you know that I am an advocator of affordable basses, and that I'm also an endorser of Squier basses. I think Squier makes some amazing basses.
Okay, endorser, I mean, now, I was not an endorsee or whatever. Maybe I was endorsing them, but I was not endorsed.
The tone of this bass. And so though the Affinity Series is Squier's lower line, and this bass retails at just around $200, pros and cons, things I like. I like the overall feel. Now, this
I guess I didn't finish that sentence.
Is not the vintage glossy maple that I generally like so much, but I like the feel of it. I played this at a practice the other night, and it was my first time to play 5-string in a very long time. It was my first time to play 5-string in a serious setting, and I was using the B string like crazy. So maybe I'll kind of be a 5-string convert. Who knows? I'm also a big fan of jazz basses. You know, you got the 2 pickups, you got a volume knob for each one, then you got a tone knob just like you would on a P bass or any Fender bass or any bass that's really worth much of anything in general.
There are perfectly good basses with no tone knob.
Obviously, a jazz bass neck is known to get more contour as it goes down.
Usually active ones.
So with it being a 5-string bass and there having to be room for the 5th string, the B, from a vertical standpoint, there's going to be more width to the neck. And so if you're not used to it, getting around to some of the lower strings down there, or the higher pitch strings, can be a challenge. I do want to do some upgrades to this bass because there's a few things I don't like, and I'll show you what they are.
It took me 9 years to get any upgrades.
This bridge.
I didn't like the bridge. I remember that.
I did adjust the saddles to get the strings where I want them. However, I think the bridge rattles a little bit. And I can't back that up with any facts. I just think it
most of that buzz
bit.
Was fret buzz, but that bridge, I always did think it kind of rattled a little bit.
And it
have another one on it now.
Problems yet. As far as the pickups go, I'm still deciding what I think. Initially, when I picked one of these up, I was very impressed with the tone. Still deciding what I think. I do like these knobs. I love how the knobs feel. I do like the neck. but there are flaws in the neck. In fact, if you look at it, you can probably see right there. I don't know what's going on right there,
So what I was referring to right
but the
there
neck
is
seems to be fine, and
I thought it
it's
looked
very
like a
comfortable to
dent,
play.
but that
Um,
mark is still there all
it's
these years.
crafted in
It's
China.
not
My
a dent. It's
experience with
just
Chinese bases
how the
wasn't
wood
that good.
looks. I don't think it's
There
necessarily
are
a
a
flaw
couple
in the wood.
bits in this that I got when I bought it or traded
Yeah,
for
that
it,
one little dent I'm talking
which
about was
might
what
be
I
why
think was the
they
blemish was when those
did
guys
like a
scammed me at Guitar Center.
swap with me. But so those are some things I like and don't like about the base. Here are the specs. The body
Objection to hearsay.
material is alder. The body finish is polyurethane. And the body shape is that of a typical 5-string jazz bass. The neck material is maple. The neck finish is polyurethane. The scale length is 34 inches, which is pretty much how just about all Fender
False.
basses are.
False. I
Fingerboard
said the neck
is
finish was
rosewood,
polyurethane.
and though I
I'm pretty
usually
sure the
like
neck
maple more
finish
than
is
rosewood,
not
this
polyurethane.
rosewood does not offend me.
I'm pretty
It
sure the
goes
neck finish
essentially where
is
the
like a
bridge
satin
is. It's
urethane.
the
If that's a
5-string standard
polyurethane
style with single
neck
groove
finish,
styles.
then I'm King
Um,
Kong. It doesn't
I
feel like
will tell you
polyurethane
that
whatsoever.
I
But it
think
could be,
it's
I mean, if it's
faulty,
a
but
satin
maybe I'm just
urethane, then I guess maybe it's a
overexposed out. These
satin
tuning machines are a die
polyurethane, but
cast,
it's not a
making them
gloss
smaller.
urethane.
Instead of doing 4 up here and 1 down here, they did them all up here. Pick guard, 3-ply white. Can't wait to change that. If my wife lets me, she actually likes it. With this being Affinity Series, I would say, it being right around $200, this is a really, really great bass for the price. I plugged it up the other night for a kind of rehearsal jam with some friends, and it really did well for me. This right here will be my first time to actually plug it into an interface, but I'm going to try it out for you. And
That hair rubber band
I'll
on
play
my
each
wrist,
pickup,
my
and
wife's,
then both
but
pickups together.
I should have known at the time that Victor
Probably keep the
Wooten
tone knob
will use
at full.
those like a Groove Gear fret wrap as
But
a
anyway,
mute. I should have taken it off and done
here's
that.
the thing: don't let my mixed review scare you away from this bass. It's a great bass. I think to transform it into an amazing bass, I think it would need a slightly better bridge and maybe some new pickups. But this is really a fantastic bass for the price. And my review of it, as in yay or nay, is going to be yay. This is just an awesome bass. And they're at pretty much every Guitar Center from what I've seen. If you're wanting to start fooling around with 5 strings, I'd say go pick one up. Or if you want something that's slightly less expensive, maybe look into SX through Roundup Music. But anyway, let's plug this up. I'm excited to see how it sounds. God bless. Thanks for watching.
All right, let's hear it. That's a typical me bass line, you know? So much I didn't know about slap technique. So I would do all this stuff all over the fretboard, and I thought I was really good. But I wasn't. I was just okay. That wasn't a bad lick. I was early on that last note. I've always liked that line I did right there. like a directionless wanderer on this demo. Yeah, I don't know about that. That wasn't at all. Really bad timing. Look at the confidence on my face. Not that confident now. That bass blog at Tumblr does not exist anymore. I deleted it a long time ago. Anyway, guys, there it was, and those were some bad demos. Like, in theory, I get what I was going for with those demos, but I just didn't have what it took to pull those off. And the funny thing about that time period back in 2013 is I wasn't a bad bass player. When I would get in a band context, you know, then I would do cool stuff. I would do some good playing, but man, those demos, man, just my playing was like sloppy and all over the place. And the slapping, there's just so much I didn't know about slapping, and I kept pushing those strings down into those pickups, man. So I'm not a big fan of the attempt that I made at those demos. I mean, something I try to do now is I try to like practice a line before I shoot a scene of demoing. I try to, you know, have some kind of idea of what I'm going to do. Apparently at that time I wasn't exactly in the same habit, but I was more in the habit of just messing around. So anyway, did it accomplish the purpose though of demoing the pickups of that bass? You let me know in the comments. I will say I feel like those stock pickups sounded just a little deadened, a little lifeless. But you know, it was what it was, and it was cool. So that's I still have that bass. That bass and I ended up going through some rough times together and some great times together. And so I'm really glad that I still have it. And you won't even recognize it when you see it again. There's some of the stuff on it still the same, but a lot of stuff different. So in one of my upcoming videos, in this next handful of videos I'll be coming out with, we'll be looking at that same great bass with some upgrades. And then I have more ideas in the future of more things I want to do with it. So anyway, fun reaction video. That video actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Usually when I check out, you know, one of my old videos that I made in, you know, like 2013, usually I really hate it, but I mean, the talking wasn't that bad. I was different in a lot of ways, but aren't we all, you know, 10 years later, generally anyway. So it was the demos that really could have used some polishing there, but was what it was, and I'm glad to be doing better demos now, even though they're still not perfect and still room for improvement. So anyway, guys, cool reaction video. Let me know your thoughts. Do you like 2013 Rumblin' Man or 2022 Rumblin' Man? My vote is 2022 Rumblin' Man. So anyway, God bless you guys. Just a fun video tonight. I really enjoyed that. So, and we'll do it again sometime. More reaction videos coming up, as my channel's been around for just about 10 years. So I'm looking forward to maybe doing some more reaction videos in the future. Okay, so stay tuned to the Rumblin' Man channel. When I do finally publish a video about the upgrades to that bass, I'll put a link to it above me right now and also have the thumbnail on the end screen. But until then, enjoy some similar videos that I'll have on the end screen. Okay, so thanks so much. God bless, and see you guys on the next release. Peace out.